Here is the original sound. The predators are ancient advanced war-hungry aliens. To satisfy their combat thirst, they spend lives roaming space hunting prey. Since discovering Earth, they grew fascinated by humans. But past hunts revealed their existence. So they changed hunting methods. Roy became their chosen target this time. He woke up thousands of feet in the air. He deployed his parachute instantly. After landing safely, he found himself in a primitive forest. He was not alone. 7 others shared his situation. They encountered each other gradually. Each had unique backgrounds. Japanese Yakuza assassin Hanzo, Mexican drug lord Carlos, Russian counter-terrorism soldier Nikolai, Israeli military sniper Isabel, fugitive, rebel leader Derek, battle-hardened mercenary. Roy, lastly a harmless-looking frail doctor. Unlike others, he was found hanging upside down. Bookish appearance. Seemed out of place among them. After discussing, all lost consciousness after a bright light. Then awoke falling from mid-air. Here, no clue who captured them. Prioritize teaming up to escape first. Roy suggested. Scouting terrain from high ground. Nikolai spotted odd-looking plants. Reached to touch curiously. Dr. Howard stopped him, drew a scalpel, made a cut. Informed Nikolai. It was a highly toxic plant with nerve toxins. Final. Isabel places a metal needle on a leaf. Strangely, the leaf spins continuously in the water. Clearly the magnetic field here defies common logic. They move forward. They find an airdrop package deep in the forest. Could someone be simulating PlayerUnknown's battlegrounds? Opening it reveals nothing inside. Only some fragile shed skin from an unknown creature. Perhaps more than humans were brought here. Because there are many such iron cages, and the intuitive Derek suddenly feels a chill down his spine. He senses something terrifying watching them. Only after Isabel calms him do they proceed. His instincts are correct. The predator has been secretly observing their every move. Soon, they reach the mountaintop. But the sight before their eyes is truly unbelievable. The expected blue skies and white clouds are gone. Replacing them is a giant planet seemingly close enough to touch. Clearly this isn't Earth, but what creature brought them here doesn't matter anymore. What matters is how to escape this planet. While they remain confused, suddenly, strange noises sound nearby. Everyone raises weapons defensively. In the underbrush, an unknown creature darts rapidly, followed by an alien beast covered in bone spikes. They open fire immediately. The alien creature fearlessly charges straight at them. After finally blasting it apart, more monsters surge forward. These creatures have incredible vitality. Unless headshot or blown apart, simply die. One monster now targeted someone, armed with just a scalpel. The doctor. Isabel saved him with a precise headshot, but drew the monster's attention. To make matters worse, her rifle ran out of ammo. She hastily switched to a pistol, but missed the lethal shot. In despair, Isabel prepared to, when the creature suddenly froze. An eerie sound echoed nearby. Hearing it, the monsters turned and left. They had no escape plan. Roy instantly realized. These creatures were clearly being controlled. Someone turned this place into a hunting ground. They were now the prey. Whoever was behind this released these hounds, just to test everyone's combat skills when they regrouped. One member was missing. Faint cries for help echoed behind them. Pushing through weeds, they spotted their teammate ahead. The drug lord sat motionless yet kept shouting, "Save me!" His behavior seemed unnatural. Roy threw a stone to test it. The stone shattered instantly. Trap! Seeing this, Roy decided to abandon the wounded drug lord, or they'd all be wiped out. To end his suffering, Isabel ended him with one shot. But the cries for help continued. This was clearly a trap set by the mastermind. Then Roy found monster dog footprints on the ground. Next, these tracks would lead them to the enemy camp. The enemy remained inactive for now, but everything went suspiciously smooth. They followed the footprints and found the predator camp. Then they saw various creatures hanging upside down. One contained a predator skull. Then they witnessed something shocking. Predator tied to a tree, unconscious. Those men clearly didn't know what this creature was. As everyone wondered, Roy quietly left the group to check if it was alive. He prepared his weapon to poke it, but the next second, the predator moved. Its sudden awakening startled everyone. Worse was yet to come. Sudden spear pierced through Derek's body. Roy suddenly charged from the camp's edge. He had seen through this setup. Those footprints were bait to lure them into a trap. As expected, glowing eyes appeared at the camp center. It seemed the enemy had cloaking technology. When others shouted retreat, the commando provided cover with a minigun. Everyone fled, but the cloaked predator fired an arrow cannon, instantly vaporizing his weapon. They began a desperate escape. Their foe clearly possessed incomprehensible technology. They finally jumped into a pond and escaped disaster. Suddenly, the cloaked predator revealed itself. There were 3 of them: Falcon, Elephant, and their leader Lion, known as the Predator Brothers. Meanwhile, after resting briefly, Roy's group formed a new plan. They used their weakest fighter, the medic, as bait to lure the predator. But the predator didn't take the bait. Instead, another unknown alien creature appeared. Isabel shot it dead with her rifle, giving the medic a chance to breathe. But when they checked the body, her shot had actually missed. Who actually killed that thing? Just then, figure materialized behind Roy. Clearly a predator. Instead of attacking, it removed its mask. Humans stared back, shocking everyone present. The man introduced himself as Nolan, saying they were all dumped here by predators. He survived previous hunting games on this planet. Follow me if you want to live. The group followed him to his camp. Inside a wrecked spaceship, he used this vessel as his sanctuary, stocked with various weapons. Hanzo even found a katana. Nolan then shared intelligence, explaining he'd encountered 2 predator types here, with slight physical variations. They differ like wolves and dogs, clearly distinct subspecies, but when they meet, they'll kill each other. The predator tied to a tree in the woods is actually being hunted by another clan. Their rules are a bit like tournament where 3 predators team up each season. The more kills, the stronger the prey killed, the higher their ranking gets. Nolan says he has survived 7 or 8 seasons, and even managed to kill some predators himself. He stole a suit of their gear. Wants to get off this planet, but there's no way. Predator ship is parked in the distance, but humans can't operate them. Knowing about it is useless anyway. After saying this, he prepares to sleep. Then Roy speaks up. Common enemy can make allies. Maybe we can save and get the captured predator to help us return to Earth. As they talk, thick smoke suddenly pours in. Nolan, who went to sleep moments ago, has vanished, likely ambushed. The truth is, constant survival pressure caused Nolan to develop multiple personalities. Right now he's still fighting his other personality internally. If this continues, they'll all die here. Roy immediately shoots the wall. The loud noise attracts the predators outside. Nolan realizes their position is exposed, tries to run, but is intercepted by the arriving predators, then gets blown to pieces. The predator helpfully goes on to kick open the door for Roy and the others, and lets them leave freely. Clearly finding such slaughter pointless, the group carefully searches for an exit. But the paths here have twists and turns everywhere. The doctor momentarily lost his focus and fell behind. He began screaming for help, but the cries attracted the predator. The doctor sensed danger, lit a flare, and threw it at the cloaked predator. He thought he'd meet his end. At the critical moment, Nikolai rushed back and saved him, then shot the predator dead. Seeing the exit just ahead, Nikolai got hit by a pursuing predator. The doctor fled without looking back. The predator chasing them was Scarface. Clearly, he was furious about what happened. As he prepared to toy with him, venting his rage, Nikolai pulled out 2 grenades, blew himself up without hesitation. As flames surged out, the others escaped the temple. The massive blast drew Falconer, who knocked the fugitive down. This time Scarface led the predator trio. Just as he prepared to slaughter, the wounded fugitive suddenly jumped out, grabbing Scarface. He wore the predator armor stolen from Nolan, avoiding a fatal blow. As others bought time to escape, the fugitive faced a grim fate. Scarface tore him apart, removing his spine. Then Falconer arrived. Why is he the weakest? Revealed soon enough. Roy's group fled desperately. A Japanese warrior Hanzo stopped, sensing the predator behind him. His Bushido code halted his retreat. He decided to stay and stall the predator, buying time for the others. Then he takes off his jacket revealing full-body tattoos, draws his katana and challenges the predator head-on. Seeing this confrontation, the predator removes its gear as its species loves combat. When directly challenged, they never back down. So, this fair duel will involve no high-tech weapons, it's Hawkface battling Hanzo, in peak condition without injuries. After fierce sword combat, it loses to Hanzo. In this fair martial contest, beaten by a human. Honestly, each predator seems weaker than the last. But Hanzo also suffers mortal wounds, while the doctor falls into dense grasslands. While escaping, the doctor steps into a predator trap. Roy suggests abandoning him, or all three will die here. The doctor shows a photo, saying he has 2 young children, begging not to be left behind. But Roy won't change his stance, though Emiko can't bear abandoning him. Seeing this, Roy leaves alone. He reaches the predator camp, planning a rescue. By examining signs before its capture, Roy believes predators understand some human language, promising rescue in return for trip back to Earth. After some gesturing, Roy cuts the predator's chains with his blade, but once freed, it grabs him by the throat. After a moment of hesitation, he released it again. Roy guessed correctly. The predator clearly understood his meaning. This debt-repaying predator before them, after putting its gear back on, remotely activated its father's spaceship, and set Earth as the destination. The hidden spaceship also revealed itself in the distance. But right at that moment, the last hunter of the 3 brothers caught up. He grabbed the doctor and Roy. The predator saw this and hurried toward its spaceship. Then, the predator was clearly challenging the hunter to a revenge duel. Predators from different tribes simultaneously resorted to primitive close combat. Sparks flew fiercely right from the start. The elder predator seemed slightly at a disadvantage, but this was due to being tied up under scorching sun for days. Its smoldering gear was clearly damaged earlier, yet it still fought the hunter evenly. Seeing this situation, Roy was in danger. At that moment, the hunter fully realized his opponent's strength, so he resolved to fight dirty, firing his shoulder cannon at the elder predator. The elder predator scrambled for cover, finally hiding behind a massive log. The hunter approached to check, but found no sign of it. Then, the elder predator suddenly pounced from the side, yet still failed to overpower his foe. The starved elder predator began to show fatigue. The hunter bashed it with repeated headbutts, dazing it instantly. Next, he too removed his mask, revealing crimson eyes, blood-red gaze, with distinct features from regular predators. Then the elder predator fell beneath his blade. The soldier rushed towards the spacecraft to chase Roy, but by the time he arrived here, the spacecraft had already taken off. Yet he remained completely calm. He pressed a few buttons on his arm, and the spacecraft transformed midair. Meanwhile, the doctor suddenly attacked, throwing knives. These knives were coated with nerve toxin, spreading rapidly upon contact with blood. The opponent froze, stunned with confusion, utterly bewildered about his intentions. Turns out the doctor was a twisted individual, specializing in performing bizarre acts against societal norms. The predator understood why he had been captured. He planned to earn the predator's trust through killing. He wanted to become the predator's lackey, betraying humanity here at the execution grounds. He found such a life thrilling. But just then, Roy appeared behind him. Unable to leave Isabel behind, he had stayed. The doctor immediately changed his expression, pretending to be harmless. But Isabel was paralyzed, unable to communicate. As Roy was about to be ambushed, he suddenly turned to counterattack. Roy had seen through the doctor's deceit all along. He'd lied about it being photos of his own children. They were actually pictures of fellow soldiers. Then, Roy dragged away the doctor's anesthetized body to lure soldiers out. Seeing he still lived, without hesitation, God just wouldn't fall. But he never expected grenades hidden beneath the doctor. Boom! He miraculously survived the explosion, but it severely injured him. Yet Roy had one last trick. He scattered fire darts around, using the flames to disrupt the predator's heat vision, then attacked with his stone axe. But the predator's resilience was too strong, and it switched from heat vision to sonar vision, quickly spotting Roy's beating heart. Roy was blasted away. The tables turned instantly. As Roy neared death, he gasped with his last strength. He was saved at the final moment. Roy was hit by the predator's projectile barrage, but this created an opening. Grabbing a weapon, he landed a surprise hit, then pressed on with frantic strikes, finally defeating the predator elite. From the original 8, only 2 now remained. But the next morning, more figures rained from the sky. New hunting season had begun.